Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Anytime you step between the hedges at Sanford Stadium, you know you are on hallowed ground in college football. This is one of the best places you'll ever watch a college football game. The red and the black, the dogs, even the Uggas are buried in the stadium. This is one of the most iconic spots in all of college football. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. So Georgia's kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The option look. They'll give it to the transfer. First carry. Stop right at the line of scrimmage, and this crowd giving this defense some juice.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Williams to throw. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
3rd down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Williams looking for a man. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
Hauls it in, looking for space. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a first down on the ground.
And you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
On first down, Nate Frazier. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, it feels like each and every year when you talk Georgia and their ability running the football, they are about as deep at that position in running back as anybody in college football. You look to last year, David, it felt like every game there was 5 or 6 guys. It was Nate Frazier and 4 other dudes all getting it done. They recruit so well at that position. They bring in fresh bodies. They wear defenses down. We expect that to be the same thing this year.
They do, but I tell you what, man, the highlighter to me, the top guy is Nate Frazier. And them keeping him this offseason, there was a lot of people that were trying to make him a very rich man. And I'm not saying he's not a rich man at Georgia, but, like, he is the superstar. He's got great feet. You saw him take next steps after his freshman year. And this guy really has dynamic quickness. He explodes through the hole, home run speed, doesn't mess around, has really proven to be a great back.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is...
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Got his man to the left. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
You got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! Got it right in the heart of the end zone. There was not a window there. There was not a sliver of light. There was like the eye of a needle to zip that ball in, and somehow he got it in.
No doubt, defensively, you know it's coming. You know who he's going to, where he's going to. You're in great position, but that guy just makes a play. He makes the touchdown catch. What a throw, what a catch, what trust between QB and wide receiver.
And he added the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed him for the defensive holding penalty. A 1st and 10 for this offense. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the 1st down.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Williams bringing the heat. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Williams will pass. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Williams to the air again. Caught by Williams on the right. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Williams. Quickly out to the tight end. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So first down here as they go back to work. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. First down for this offense. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. He gets it inside the 25. They'll move the chains. It's a first down. Spot the ball at the 23.
And I think this is starting to get really frustrating for this defense, man. This is a drive that they're putting play after play together. And you finally force the 3rd down, and they get the first down again. And so starting to sub some bodies because they're getting a little bit tired. They've got to find a way to get a 3rd down stop.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Williams. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. You really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He's got an open man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington! These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And run inside. It's Phillips. Crosses to 40. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Georgia! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolls into the end zone. This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting it.
And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And he's coming out of the end zone. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Powers through the defender. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. All right, guys, let's chat for just a moment about Washington. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting. Just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Play action with Williams. Throws to the tight end. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. And after that last play, there is a Husky who has yet to get up. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on that. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Here's Williams to throw. Floating away. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. That's caught by Williams. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Man, this quarterback's got some speed. You see him use those wheels to get outside. He was on the run. Nobody even close to him defensively before he was able to find an open target to get the first down.
He'll pitch it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds onto that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
So now it's second and long. Motion from the back. Williams looking for a man. Using the quick game. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
Williams. Oh, they're after him. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got two of those on that one.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off.
Makes the catch. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it.
Touchdown, Huskies. Fitted in the window for the score.
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the first half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the second half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up. But you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a 2-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Thanks so much, fellas. Here inside our EA Sports Studios, welcome into the Week 0 College Football Update Show. We begin with the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks. And it's Ole Miss who win it on their home turf. They take pride in protecting their dirt, so to speak, and they did so today.
The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks. Breaks into the open. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Running inside, it's Phillips. It's a fumble. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. I don't know if it was, and wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Back to throw, it's Stockton. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
Unloads to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The Bulldogs come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He'll be stopped short. It'll be 4th down, and let's see what the decision is here.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to...
Got a little grass. Got just steamrolling the defense. Touchdown, Bulldog. And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. What a mess. A delay of game on the 2-point conversion attempt. That just can't happen. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. comes from midway in the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Huskies offense out there and ready to go. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
He wants to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Oof. That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you've got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
Another incompletion on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. Fourth down, Williams. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He couldn't quite get loose on that return. He'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Off play action on first down. Unloads it left. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Makes a catch. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Coming to the line, looking for that first down on third and short from the 29. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
They'll move the tight end. They just keep firing. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown Bulldogs! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Play fake, Williams. Unloads it downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Into the third quarter of this opening week of the season. It's now 2nd and 10. Williams. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
Back to pass, it's Stockton. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Quick completion on the out route. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
Here's Nate Frazier. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Dogs!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Throwing, Williams. Looking to the big tight end. Working on the right. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. 1 more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Here we go, ready. Wide receiver comes in motion. Williams will pass. He tries to take the top off. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the right. He'll work his way down to the 28.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
Throws to the tight end. Complete in the middle. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Fourth quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative, or you can just go for rub it in your face, eat that. I don't want to be the coach.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
Looking downfield, it's Stockton. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Bulldog! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he tacks on the extra point. On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take trying to burn this defensive back. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Here's Williams to throw. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback gets past the marker. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
They're dealing with a second and long. Williams looking for a man. Got his man on the right.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Lined up in the gun. Williams on third down. Going to try to get it himself. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the third down.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important. His legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
And the Huskies are moving quickly down the field. Williams fires to the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up. After the incomplete pass, there is a player down on the field. That's the senior safety being evaluated by medical personnel. Holly will let us know what's going on with him. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. After their defense slammed the door shut, now the finishing touches can be put on this one. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Frazier again. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
They'll try to pick up this 3rd down and keep the drive moving close to midfield. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a 1st down.
And it's not a surprise so far in how this game is unfolding. Like, they're going to continue to feature this dude. Like, 3rd downs, get him the football. Shoot, 1st downs, you're going to get him the football. Had a good start to this football game, and I expect we're going to continue to hear his name over and over in this one.
Handoff for Frazier. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
What a great play by the linebacker. Do you talk about filling a hole? Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.